Hi, I'm Dane, and these are podcasts for a balanced body. This is Kim, and today we're going to be demonstrating an exercise called Magician. We're at my studio, North Star Pilates Solutions in Buffalo, New York. And the Magician exercise is a great exercise, again, to start getting a little bit of coordination of lower and upper body through the core. So this exercise is going to emphasize stability in the hips, as well as stability in the abdominals, and a little bit of upper body stabilization as well. So I'm going to have Kim lay down on her back for me here. Good. And she's going to place her hands on the uprights of the trapeze table. So the one thing I want you to think about when you're having your athlete get into this exercise is where their arms are positioned on the bar. So we want them just a little bit higher so that their elbows are not completely parallel with the table, and that'll give them just a little bit more access into the lats and the shoulders. So in terms of the hand placement, we don't want a death grip on the bar, so we don't want them squeezing the bar as hard as they can. They can wrap their fingers around the bar if that makes them feel more comfortable, but it's not really a squeezing. Or they can keep the hands and fingers open and just kind of press the hands into the bar, and that'll activate lats, shoulders, and upper body as well. So I'm going to have Kim gently wrap her fingers around the bar. That's going to give her a little better connection to get into the lats a little bit more underneath here. So what I'm going to do is put her feet, and I have long purple springs with the single loops, and she's going to bring her feet into the loops for me. 1, and then 2. Good. So from here, just having them get a feel for being in the springs, I'm just going to have Kim press down into the loops a little bit just to see how much spring she's working with, and then come on back up again. Go ahead and press down one more time. Good, that's fine, and then come on back up. So to get into the starting position for the Magician, it's going to be in a shoulder stand. So we're going to have Kim articulate from pelvis up into spine, up onto shoulders. So she's going to press down into the springs on her feet, pelvic tilt, and just peel the spine up, reaching the legs as long as she can get them. Reach a little bit longer for me there. Beautiful. So here's the starting position for the exercise, and notice the line she's maintaining from her feet through her hips, through her thoracic spine, up into her shoulders. Good. Now arms are working just a little bit to help create that lift, connecting into lats as well. So what I'm going to have Kim do here is just start with an alternating flexion extension of the hips. So nice and smooth, working into the spring. So she's keeping that position of pelvis and spine nice and stable, and just working through the hip joint, flexing and extending at the hip, keeping the stability in the neck and shoulders, as well as reaching long through the legs. Good. So bring the feet back together, and now slowly roll down. And here's how you exit from the movement, just slowly articulating the spine down, and then you can have the athlete bend their knees just to sort of get a little bit of rest in those hamstrings and take some of the strain off the back of that knee. So I'm going to have Kim return to that straight leg position for me here. Good. And we're going to add a few variations of that Magician. So we did hip flexion extension. Now we're going to do a little bit of what's called a helicopter. It's like a circumduction flexion extension exercise as well. So the starting position is exactly the same. I'm going to have her gently grasping the bar with fingers, getting a little pull down into the bar to activate the lats as she exhales, lengthens, reaching the leg long, a little bit longer, and up for me there, and pause. Great. So from here, I'm going to have her do the same scissors we started with, and then she's going to circle around, opposing that movement. Good. And so scissors and circle. So this is just a variation to get a little bit of coordination, a little bit of fluidity in the hip joints, and a little bit more stabilization at the hips as well. Good. Scissor and circle. And then she can reverse the direction here. So now she's going to circle the opposite way. Good. And scissor the opposite way. Right. So maintaining that alignment of hips and pelvis, abdominals stay connected, and continue reaching through the legs to get that lift under that thoracic spine for me. Good. And bring the legs back to center and slowly roll down. Good. Bend both knees. Great. And we can take the feet out of the loops and bring the feet back down. You can relax your arms for me there as well. Great. So that's Magician with a few variations. A great exercise, again, for getting into that posterior hamstring glute connection, and also working on upper body, lower body, and core stability all together. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.